Hey guys, good morning. Getting on here to give y'all an update what's been going on with us. Last time we made a video, we skidded a smaller walnut out and off the Anderson track. With that being said, that was about the only thing that we could do out there for them. I got in there and I'm such a, I'll say greenhorn at this. I got in there and it wasn't until like about the fourth day that I could really start seeing what I was in there looking at. And it was all real young timber. And it just wasn't ready yet. And if we were to try to go forward on logging that property, we wouldn't have been doing it justice. And what we're trying to do here is restorative forestry. So we gave them some tips about, they were talking about trying to get it cleaned up down there and clearing honeysuckle bushes and stuff like that. And so we gave some tips on management and stuff like that, but they understood. But we had went out there so much and there just was nothing to make that we were going quite a bit in the hole just trying to be out there. And when something like that's happening, either the customer has to be willing to pay hourly or we just can't do the work. With that being said, we reached out to some more contacts on our Facebook ad and stuff. And we got a good track here with Don and Jan Gamble. They have a lot of mature timber, but they don't want it. They don't want it being selective cut. And selective cut and doing a restorativeness is different because, yeah, a restorative guy doing restorative forestry, he's gonna select, but he's gonna select the worst first. And that's how Jason Rutledge describes getting away from all that bad naming to horse loggers. Because he said, most horse loggers are considered to be high grade and slick talkers. And that's not what I'm out to be doing either. So this restorativeness is worst first. And Don and Jan Gamble, they're into that. And but the first things first is that Jan, his wife, would like a path cleared to a manure pile first. So we're not doing any forestry just yet, management or restorativeness. We're actually clearing a section out with a set of trees in it, and we're pulling them out, figuring out if they're valuable. Some of them might be. I think we have some red oaks and some white oaks in there, maybe. Just a couple, not many. And then the rest we're going to try to get chopped up and quartered up for firewood and things like that. Fix this. So hopefully, we'll be working beside Don a lot. Don, the landowner, her husband, wants to work with us, and I got to know Don after a couple days, 3 days maybe, and I think it'd be all right being out there. So the main thing is we're just going to try to keep everybody safe, and at the same time we're going to get some footage maybe of what we're doing. So that's what we got going on, and hopefully we get you some good videos of the horses digging in there and showing y'all what they can do, because that's ultimately what you guys are out to see, and we prolong that for a while. Shout out to my wife and her coffee cup, because I can't, she always gets so mad at me for grabbing just the randomest coffee cup in the morning and going, because I'm always real busy and I can't leave the house without coffee. So I love you, Chelsea. Thank you so much. Alrighty, guys, I'm glad I got to give you an update. I also think it was important to mention, Don and Jan Gamble have been great. Yesterday we came out with the Trailblazer, the horses, the trailer, our logging cart, and they settled us in well. They settled the horses in their front paddock. They provided some blankets for the horses. horses because we just haven't had the money to buy any yet. And so they really have, and they're feeding hay to the horses. They've offered to feed hay on top of what we've asked for the job.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Elmberg Road.
So just shout out to them. They're awesome. You know, I was even going to spend a night. Instead of driving back and forth, I was going to spend the night and stay up there. But due to the circumstance that I tried it and I couldn't sleep away from my wife, I just decided not to. But I joked and was laughing, calling myself a big wuss. How I used to be this active. I used to be an active duty soldier, so I used to spend many nights away from my wife and sometimes my children and stuff. And back then it seemed more manageable, but now I just can't. I can't bear it. I don't feel like, and I don't feel like I have to. So I'm not going to, even if it would save me some money on some gas. And I'd much rather have my family close to me. And that's where I'd rather be. So, but shout out to them, man. They have really done all they can to make me and the horses as comfortable as possible.
Turn right onto Elmberg Road.
Sorry, the GPS. Jan has even fed us, so and like I said, they're feeding the horses. I'm feeding them some grain and providing the grain and stuff, but Dawn and Jan, they have some really nice alfalfa.
In 5 miles, turn right onto Vigo Road.
I shouldn't be doing this while I'm driving. I should just sit and do the video. I just don't have the time a lot of times to do all this stuff. As soon as we get out here, I'm going to start trying to brush horses down. And it's a little wet, it's a little cold. Just try to get them brushed down and get them as ready as I can for some work today. So yeah, but when I get there, I'll show y'all a video. I'll do a video how they are, how they're tucked away and stuff. Yeah, I just want to give you an update about their customers and how great they've been. All right, thank you. So we got to make a path to manure pile that's back there, so that they can move the manure and put it in like a hoop barn, I think. And then here by this, I think this is a red oak. I think right here by this red oak, they're gonna have their hay barn. So the road will go around that tree just slightly and come down in front of these cedars, kind of in front of that ash. Where you see that cedar stump that I cut, it's kind of where it'll be coming through at. Yeah, so let's go take a look at the horses. It's sleeting out here and it's nasty. It really is, guys. I was debating whether to come out today and work, but the horses are staying overnight. And I just wanted to come out and check on them, and I figured if I could get out and check on them, then I could get out and work. So they're standing out here in the weather, eating all this hay that they got. I really don't care too much about all this stuff. They got their blankets on because of Jane and Dawn. They have a beautiful place out here, guys. It's gorgeous.